Hello and welcome back to Solent Sport News. I'm Bulletin with the 4:30 Bulletin and we made it on time. A Saints fan has been banned from all football matches for the next 3 years. Jamie Cotton used threatening and abusive language in a bid to cause harassment and distress. This happened during the Southampton vs Grimsby Town match on the 1st of March. A 20-year-old was subsequently ordered to pay victim surcharge of £26 and a court cost of £85. Scotland are surprisingly top of their European qualifying group after a historic win last night. Formula 6 goalkeeper Angus Gunn bagged a clean sheet in a 2-0 win against national giant Spain. This meant he has another clean sheet. He's now played 2 games without conceding for Scotland. Head coach Steve Clarke says 6 points might not be enough.
You don't qualify with 6 points, so we've got a long way to go. Was pleasing, obviously, good performance. 2 good performances over the 9 days that we've been together. Good preparation.
Southampton's defensive midfielder Ramel Lava made his senior national debut for Belgium yesterday. The 19-year-old came on in the 80th minute to get his side over to a 3-2 win in the friendly against Germany. Lavia's national games continue in June for Belgium's Euro qualifiers. Southampton midfielder James Bell is expected to end his spell with the club. Many big clubs in the Premier League are in the race to get his citizenship. However, Anfield is the most likely destination, as Liverpool are tipped to offer £40 million for the free kit specialist. Sir Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger have become the first managers to be inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame. The former Manchester United and Arsenal bosses have won a combined 16 league titles, establishing one of the greatest rivalries in the top flight's history. They were both honoured and shared much respect for each other, not sure about that, upon reflecting on their careers. Southampton's women were held to a 2-2 draw against Maidenhead on Sunday. Our football correspondent Max Teams went to York Road to cover the game.
With Premier League football grinding to a halt on the weekend, many across the country decided to go and support their low. Maidenhead Women's welcomed Southampton women to York Road in what turned out to be a thrilling encounter. While Southampton came in favourites, they had to battle back from 2-1 down to earn a draw. Southampton's keeper Ellie Parks believed the result was a fair one.
I think it's probably fair in the end. Both teams had opportunities. I had to make saves. I had to tip one over the bar. But equally, we had a lot in the second half where we could have killed it off. So I think 2-2 is probably fair.
While it was a fiercely competitive match on the pitch, off it, everyone was in high spirits. The game saw the club's largest attendance for a women's game with 315 fans. It was free entry for all, with walking football sessions and training sessions for kids offered as well. Maidenhead manager Ed Jackson-Sankey believes that more events like this will help grow the women's game.
It shows if you give the women's game a platform that people will come and people will back the game, back the team, and we want to try and get a few more days like today.
Southampton sit 13 points above Maidenhead in the Women's National South West Division and pushed for a winning goal till the end. Player of the match, Kajal Malhotra, thanked the fans for helping Maidenhead get over the line.
The support here today was absolutely amazing. Even at the beginning, we had all the girls here today signing autographs and cheering us on, and we could just hear them, and definitely the energy today was just immense.
The game was entertaining from start to finish, but what was so impactful about this was those who were inspired to get into football. Max Timms for Solent Sports News.
Due to the absence of football in the top tiers last weekend, non-league day took place with thousands of Premier League and Championship clubs being able to visit their non-league sides. Ed Jones paid a visit to Stoneham.
Premier League heads the English Football League pyramid and is the promised land, the ultimate goal for all teams up and down the system. Some are pushing to win the title this year, others desperate to retain their crown, while some teams are fighting just to stay in the top flight. It's a league that was under threat 2 years ago, as 6 of its teams planned a breakaway competition called the European Super League. Fortunately, it was fans who stuck together to not only respect domestic football, but admire the competition from all sides.
Sean Dyche loves coming here. He loves playing the most anti-football in the world. It's a can of worms straight after thinking he's the boogeyman, bruv. Like, no.
Okay, so maybe that goodwill hasn't lasted for everyone, but there's a time during the season where we have to take a break from top-flight action, which is clearly a well-needed respite for some, and it's non-league day that takes centre stage. On Saturday, in the Wessex League Premier Division, AFC Stoneham took on Horndean in a potential promotion decider.
We suffer in terms of crowds with Southampton easily getting so close. On a day like today, Easter away, no Premier League, we would hope to get a lot more fans in and introduce them to non-league football and hopefully go on a journey around non-league and all the benefits that brings.
Well, I mean, I guess we kind of started on Instagram back in January, and since then we've been trying to get to the majority of the league.
And we're just loving it. It's, in my opinion, better than going to the Premier League games because it's not as far travelling.
Yeah.
It's better quality of football.
I'm here to support primarily my nephew today, who plays up front for Horndean, for Zach Willett. So yeah, looking for a good day today.
And there's four of us far ahead of everyone else in the league. We're second. The team we're playing today are 9 points behind us, with 4 in hand. So today is a massive game, yeah.
Top of the table clash, two really strong sides, both last season and this season. Really been some great games between really tight games. It was 1-0 to Stoneham back at Horndean, so hopefully we'll get our own back today and get a good result. Go anyway, you know, there's still a few games in hand and there's still lots of games to play just over the next month or so. So we've got Saturday, Tuesdays every single week now, right up to the run of the season. Was his first season at sort of this tier of non-league football, but managed to score, I think, 30 odd goals or so last season, and this season he's already up there, so I think 34, 35 goals.
Sure enough, Zach Willett had the biggest say of the afternoon, scoring the winning goal for the away side and adding to his impressive goal-scoring record. Despite the disappointing result for Stoneham, they're still in with a shout of promotion this season, and the future may be purple, but still very bright.
You know, our model is built not only around our first team and ladies, it's around children. So we actually have 93 teams.
We know mostly everyone here, there's a manager and that, so they know us really well, and they respect us, we respect them, and obviously the team.
We love you Stoneham, we love you Stoneham, we do.
Time for some local cricket now, as Hampshire look to get their season underway at home. The James Vince-led team welcome newly promoted Nottinghamshire for the Aegis Bowl for the opening round of the County Championships, starting on the 6th of April. The team is playing a friendly encounter today against Gloucestershire as the first friendly against Sussex Council due to rain. Tie your running shoes as the ABP Southampton Marathon races into the city on the 2nd of April this weekend. A new 5 kilometre race has been introduced this year and will run alongside a 10k, half marathon and a full marathon. All just to start and finish at Southampton Guildhall Square. Now, I know nothing about running, so we are joined by Jordan, who will be competing at the event this weekend. So welcome along.
Thank you for having me.
And this must be an amazing achievement because this is your first race locally.
Yeah, so signed up back in October now. It was a very spontaneous thing to do. I kind of hadn't run for a few years. I'd been on a few here or there, but my fitness was quite low, but I thought there was a good opportunity for me to have a reason to get my fitness levels back up, and being involved in something like that and having that to look forward to.
And how did your love of running start?
So when I was about 13, 14, I used to run, not competitively, I just did it as a hobby. And then when I turned about 17, 18 age, when I kind of got to sixth form and then uni, I guess I was still playing football, but I just wasn't running, not because I didn't enjoy it, but just because I didn't have time for it, I guess, because my social life got in the way. But my mum has recently got back into running as well, which was back in about October time, and she kind of motivated me to get back into it, go on a few. So I'd been on a couple, and then I saw that the ABP half marathon and marathon were advertised, and I looked at them. I was never going to do the marathon because I thought that's just unrealistic for my first big event. So I signed up for the half marathon. It was very spontaneous, but I am glad that I signed up for it.
And you're not doing it for your own benefits or your family benefits, but you're doing it for some charities, aren't you?
That's right, yes. I'm running for Stop Domestic Abuse, which is a charity, like it says in the name, to try and help not only prevent domestic abuse, but to create the aftercare and therapy sessions and stuff like that for victims of it. I've managed to raise £270 so far from family and friends, whether they donate £5 or £50, all of it's really appreciated. And having that charity to run for keeps me motivated, and I guess I'm not just running for myself anymore, I'm running for other people, including the people who have donated for me and the charity also. So,
a great worthwhile cause, and you're not looking to get a personal best this time, are you?
That's right,
You're doing it for something else.
Yeah, so as it's my first event over 10 kilometres, I think it's about 21, 22. I'm looking just to get round the course, basically. So I kind of thought about putting a time on it, but I thought if I don't hit that time, then I'm going to be disappointed, when in reality I have no reason to be disappointed for completing a half marathon, no matter how fast I do it my first time.
Well, thank you very much for coming along today.
No worries, thank you for having me.
And good luck on the weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Two-time boxing world champion Ashley Joshua seeks redemption as he faces Jeremy Franklin on the 1st of April. Joshua said should he lose to the American, he will retire from the sport following 3 lawsuits in his last 5 bouts. His previous 2 had ended in defeat, thus piling the pressure up on his upcoming fight.
You know, I think we're in a position now where it's must win. You know, you can dress it up and you can say there's less pressure on it, there's no belts, but ultimately if he doesn't win, there'll never be another belt. So that's the aim, is to put himself back in a position to fight for the world heavyweight title, and to do that he must win on Saturday.
Carlos Antrias has extended his winning streak to 9 matches at the Miami Open. The current tennis world #1 defeated American Tommy Paul 6-4 twice to make it into the quarterfinals. Britain's Nia Jakubski forms half of the #1 doubles teams in the world, and they play in the quarterfinals today. The world's fastest Paralympic athlete has retired at the age of 35. Ireland's Jason Smith has decided to end his career in athletics, having earned countless European, world and European titles. The visually impaired sprinter, who was diagnosed with Stargardt disease at the age of 8, is said to have inspired a whole generation with his successes. It's been a successful last few days for the Solent Kestrels women's basketball team. Harry Smith is live from the Solent Sport Complex to tell us more.
Thank you, Peter. I'm here at the home of the Solent Kestrels ladies basketball team, and as you can see, they're training behind me right now. It will be a hotbed for basketball action in the coming weeks as the side prepare for a playoff run. There have been plenty of celebrations at Solent this weekend as the Kestrels clinched their regular season title following a road victory at Worcester Wolves. The Kestrels left nothing to chance, with a 56-82 thumping securing their place at the top of the table, and takes their overall record to an impressive 18-3. With the playoffs fast approaching, the Solent ladies will have one more regular season game with the pressure off to prepare for the intensity of the postseason. They take on Reading Rockets in the final game. The regular season title is the team's first since the 2016-17 season, where they finished with only 1 defeat out of 20 games. With the winning feeling back in the side, the playoffs will be the next big test for a side in scintillating form. Plenty to look forward to here, but for now, back to you in the studio, Peter.
Thank you very much, Harry. That's all from us today. Join us tomorrow for the last 3 bulletins on the Masters class of 2022-23. I'm Peter Linton, this was Solent Sport News, and live from Southampton, it's Wednesday night.